All right, I have the privilege of honoring one of two of our honorees, our Honored Founders Award. And as the mayor mentioned earlier, unfortunately, many of the pillars of our community are no longer with us. And this is, both of these are posthumously award winners. But fortunately, we have family members with us. So we have Mrs. Fuhrer, Esther Claire, and his wife and his daughter Connie, both with us. If you all would like to, you can stay there. That's okay. You don't have to stand up. Okay, so many of you probably remember John Fuhrer. Great guy, certainly fits all the criteria of an honored founder and gave a lot to this city. So let me read this proclamation in his honor. This is a proclamation in honor of John F. Fuhrer as honored founder for 2016. Whereas John Fuhrer was born on May 17, 1917, in St. Louis, Missouri, where he was educated through high school and college and later owned commercial property, automobile, and lumber businesses. And whereas in 1939, John Fuhrer married his wife, Esther Claire Baker, and they raised two daughters in their Fort Lauderdale home, where Claire continues to reside today. And whereas former city commissioner and later Mayor F. Peter Clements appointed John Fuhrer to the Fort Lauderdale Aviation Board in June of 1965, where he unselfishly volunteered his time and expertise as a member and chairman for nearly 30 years. This is before term limits, you gotta remember that. But thank goodness he served all that time because he did an unbelievable job. As chairman of the Aviation Board, John Fuhrer's real estate and finance expertise contributed greatly to the progress and advancement of Fort Lauderdale Executive Airport, as well as to the development of Executive Airport's 200-acre airport industrial air park, which offers more than 1 million square feet of prime office, warehouse, and manufacturing space. And whereas during John Fuhrer's tenure, the Aviation Advisory Board made numerous recommendations to the City Commission that resulted in Fort Lauderdale retaining airport land and entering into long-term leases to ensure a future revenue stream, developing airport property and the Uptown Business District into a world-class international business center, implementing a special flight path for large corporate jets to reduce noise levels for neighbors, establishing a sanctuary for native gopher tortoises and burrowing owls, and developing a helistop to link Executive Airport and the downtown business community, which the Florida Department of Transportation named Airport Project of the Year in 2002. And whereas one of the founders of the American National Bank, John Fuhrer, served on its board and also volunteered his time and service to other boards and committees, including Lauderdale Yacht Club, the 100 Club of Broward County, Navy League of the United States, Fort Lauderdale Historical Society, Masonic Order of Shriners, and the Broward Citizens Community. And whereas after passing away in May of 2003, the Fort Lauderdale City Commission unanimously approved renaming the helistop as the Downtown Fort Lauderdale John Fuhrer Helistop. And whereas John Fuhrer's leadership, astute business sense, forward-thinking vision, tireless dedication, and undeniable passion for aviation contributed to the remarkable growth and development of one of the city's most valuable assets, Fort Lauderdale Executive Airport, which today consistently ranks as the top 10 best general aviation airports in the country. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the City Commission of the City of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, that John Fuhrer is hereby selected and honored as honored founder of the City of Fort Lauderdale for 2016 in recognition of his many accomplishments and valuable contributions to the City of Fort Lauderdale, and that the City Commission of the City of Fort Lauderdale hereby publicly recognizes and acknowledges these achievements and contributions and does hereby express his heartfelt appreciation to John Fuhrer. That a plaque honoring John Fuhrer as honored founder of the City of Fort Lauderdale for 2016 shall be placed in the lobby of Fort Lauderdale City Hall, which will be right outside here. that a parchment copy of this proclamation shall be furnished by the city clerk to John Fuhrer's wife, Claire Fuhrer, as a further token of sincere gratitude and appreciation of the city of Fort Lauderdale. Dated this 5th day of October 2016 and signed by our Honorable Mayor John P. Jack Seiler.
Well, thank you.
I'd like to give you these flowers, and you and your mom and your sister can share them.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
we will. Thank you so much.
Please say a few words.
Okay. Well, first, I'd like to thank the city for this wonderful honor that you've awarded my father today. I know it took many of you to organize this nomination, and I want to thank each and every one of you for your hard work and effort on his behalf, especially Fred Strassow, who spearheaded his nomination. As you know, John Fuhrer dedicated himself continuously and without reservation to Fort Lauderdale's future and best interests. I remember many vacations and plans that we had as a family that were changed at the last minute or canceled because Daddy would never miss a meeting, and I don't think he ever did. He was a mentor to many throughout the years, but he always said that working with so many of you wonderful people made it a labor of love for him. You know, we all have a date of birth and a date that we leave this earth, but what really counts is what we do with the time in between. John Fuhrer and so many of you have worked effortlessly and tirelessly and without hesitation to make that time count. I miss him every day and know that he's left a legacy along with others that's a legacy of good and positive growth for this wonderful city. After watching him dedicate his life to matters of Fort Lauderdale, I can honestly and humbly say, I think he really deserves this award. And I'm so proud to accept it in his honor. And my mother and my family and I want to thank you so very much.